I just wanted to do a quick little video about removing the brake light switches in E36 cars. Um, Several other cars use the same style of switch as well, E30s, some E28s, E32s, um, even I think the E31 850 probably use the same switch as well. Um, in any case, as you may know, is that a lot of people have trouble removing this switch. And the reason for that is that you are unable to squeeze these tabs at all to remove the switch. As you can see, they're not even moving. But the reason for that is obviously the collar's in the way. So most people seem to resort to taking a pair of side cutters or screwdriver or something like that and just breaking this tab off right here, cutting it out somehow with the side cutters or whatnot on both sides, and then the whole entire switch can easily pop out. But that's pretty can cause issues, especially if you put too much force on it, or you might bend the bracket that this mounts to, causing some other issues after you mount the new switch. But it seems that the intended method to remove the switch obviously was to be able to squeeze these tabs. But to be able to do that, you need to pull this out. This button is also a ratcheting, self-adjusting mechanism to be able to set the button depth at the proper distance from the pedal, so that as soon as you release the pedal, that the switch activates immediately. I believe that when the brake pedal is not being pressed, that it's resting against the button like this, fully compressed, and as soon as you release the pedal, that it releases right away, activating the switch and the lights. But to be able to remove the switch, you have to pull this button out past at the maximum adjustment for the ratcheting mechanism. You might need a pair of needle nose pliers. It is kind of tight to be able to pull. I can't do this with one hand at all. No, I cannot do it. It's pretty tight. So sometimes you might need a pair of needle nose pliers to kind of get around it and push it forward. The front of the car would be this direction. So you get your needle nose pliers around the side here. Simply push on them and pull this button out. So I'm going to do that quick. So as you can see, I pulled it out. It is at the maximum distance. In the car, obviously, the brake pedal would be, you'd have to be holding the brake pedal actually, which is why this is all kind of contorted and difficult. You kind of got to do this all at the same time. You got to be pushing the brake pedal, because the arm of the brake pedal would be right here, right now, barely touching the button here. It's pretty tight. So that's the main difficulty. But if you can do it, I did this all by myself actually. Once I discovered how to remove it, I think I just used my shoulder to hold the brake pedal out, and pull the button out, and pull the collar out. Now as you can see, there's a lot more clearance there. You can see the edges of the red collar are kind of tapered at the bottom, giving you clearance to be able to press the tabs in. So if you press the tabs now, they compress. And you can remove the switch. To put in a new one, if it doesn't already come in this state, you need to do the same thing to the new switch, as in pull out the button all the way, pull the collar all the way up, to be able to give these tabs room to compress to pop into the bracket. Once you do that, pop it in. It probably would be best just to pull the collar down, just to prevent the tab from having too much leverage as you release the brake pedal. But this whole entire process can be completed in about 5-6 minutes if you are able to hold the brake pedal down hard enough to be able to pull the button out as far as it will come. The button does come out all the way as well. Once you remove the switch, obviously there's not enough clearance while it's in the bracket. But this button does come out all the way. And you might be able to see the teeth, the adjustment mechanism on it. but that's the problem, and that's the solution.